education, and that's why we are going to have a parallel exhibition going on, and the setup is already being done. That is going to be the biggest part for today, and we are going to have a few submissions finalized on digital interventions for health, which were not completed yesterday, to be handled today. And we are also going to have a number of guest speeches from our invited guests and various dignitaries, and they are also going to be handled today, especially in the closing ceremony for today. And as well, today is going to today we're going to have an awarding ceremony for some of the people who have been outstanding in our OPSA fraternity and the people who contributed to the program for this symposium and people who submitted abstracts. So that's going to be part of today's program. So I would like to conclude by urging us to make sure that we make the most of today. Let's make the most of today, because this is going to be the final main symposium day. I think you're all aware that tomorrow we'll be heading for the post-symposium tour. So this will be the last main symposium day. Make the most of it. Make sure that you take note of all the submissions that are going to be made. Make sure that you work and leave this place when you made new friends, especially from different universities. From yesterday, we've been urging all the delegates to make sure that you distribute yourself as randomly as possible. There is no need for you to sit next to a mass student when you came in from the same bus and from the same institution. So make sure that you randomly distribute yourself, and at least let's leave this place when you've worked, you've made new connections, because it's the connections that you're going to build today that are going to carry you on for the next part of your life, even reaching the employment aspect of it. These are the people who are going to be requiring you for gigs and opportunities. So make sure that you broaden your network as much as you can. Yeah, so that's it for today, and what we had yesterday. We are having a very rigorous program to run today. So we came with a prayer to try to manage time. Let's try to adhere to communications, because it's a very rigorous program that we have to handle today, and we have to manage them effectively. And we cannot afford to keep our guest speakers here when they have already arrived, because most of them are really for going along to make sure they come and address us today and they make part of our function. Yeah. With that, I think I wish you the best for today, and let's try to make today as successful as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deokarshas Kachogbe. And as he has said, please switch seats. Make sure you're having someone to talk to, get that number, make those connections as you still can. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, our agenda, next on the agenda, we're going to have communication from Dr. Kaima Ronald, who is a lecturer here at KIU and a former treasurer of PSU. This is to show you his immense amount of service that he has given to all of us. So he's going to give us remarks about remarks from the representing hosting Pharmacy Students Association. So join me to welcome Dr. Kaima Ronald.
Thank you very much, moderators, our distinguished guests, the Staff School of Pharmacy, headed by our dear Dean, the Deputy Dean, HODs, then our members from PSU, headed by our VP in the House, Dr. Nomujiti, then our patron, UPSA. You're most welcome, Dr. Nyase Ronald, my namesake. Then our senior member in the House, Council Member Emeritus, and the Secretary Emeritus, I served with him, Dr. Edson Ireta, and he's still part of the KIU staff members. You're most welcome, sir. People, our students in the House, the student bodies, the leaders, the OPUSA leaders, the KIPSA leaders, and other associations from the different universities. I welcome you all, and I say good morning. Morning to you. Don't you have the vibes? As if you're just from having breakfast. But I don't see the vibe. Can I call the master of vibe? Can you give us a cappella? Please.
What is Alan? Alan is a student in 4-2. Alan? Okay, guys, let's first stand up and we just refresh. Let's stand up. Let's stand up and have this. Yeah, because you look warm and want you to be excited. Yeah, this morning, please. DJ, please give us a song for us to stretch. Okay, now I have a picture from university, Ontario University that we had yesterday. Because of course, I'm just alone here as an associate professor. My professor is not around with the chance, but I can represent. Yes, please. Yeah, after from book, the incoming books are president. Wow. Let's have from Randa. Alan, can you come, please? Come. Let's have from Randa. Is here. Yeah. The IDSF chairman. From Barra, you see, if you don't come, you just put your university down. And we shall say, on such a thing, yeah, move it attend. Okay, it's there here. Where is the power go? They told me to become, they recommended me to ask someone to come. Yes? You are correct. Wow. Social university is this culture. Fins, where is Fins? Fins, our neighbor here. Fins, Bulu University, Ustema University, Victoria University. Please, let's give up for this guy as they're coming. Yeah? Wow. And we don't know that you've been sent here to represent. So if you don't represent well, you'll go, you understand? So please, DJ give us a song there. We show a stroke. Then they dance it, you understand? Yeah? If it's bad, then we shall say it's bad. Understand? Okay. DJ, give us a song, please. Give us a song. Okay, let's just move. Okay,
Show me a jiggle and see. I can see it my eyes.
Give DJ, I can't hear you.
Thank you. Last I would like the professor to take around. Thank you. My name is Dr. Cameron, who is a lecturer at Kampala International University School of Pharmacy and one of the KIPSA alumnus. I'm a KIPSA alumnus. I happen to be working from the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry and Pharmacology and also Pharmacology. I've been the treasurer for PSU 2 years. Now I'm a member on the Welfare Committee, PSU. I recognize our members, the council members in the House. And also let me take this opportunity to recognize our patron, KIPSA, Dr. Eze, Umelu, for giving us this platform. On behalf of Kampala International University Student Association, I would like to extend or pass on our gratitude to members who have made this symposium a success. The students from the different universities, our senior members in the house, we thank you for investing in us, and we are so happy, not only investing time, but also money. Besides your business schedules, we are happy that you made this symposium a success, and with our theme of universal health coverage, when we are prioritizing supply chain, research, innovation, and the digitalization, it's so important that it matches with the current trend and with the current challenges we have in the country, from one pandemic to the other, from what we are having, the high rate of non-communicable diseases in our community. So here the theme matches with with the current trend. As pharmacy students of Kampala International University, I would like to ask the rest of the pharmacy students to join us, and in this faith we have. We believe that pharmacy professionals and even new pharmacy professionals in the making were a cornerstone as far as receiving essential medicines or accessibility of essential medicine, the health care is concerned to our community. So we believe that we are a cornerstone, we contribute a lot. Even when you're still a student, you find yourself that you're playing some part somewhere in the supply chain. Either you're being innovative, you're doing research, you're solving a given problem. That's why in our curriculum we have research and innovation and being supported by our universities. So we believe that we play an important role as far as providing essential health care and essential medicines concerned to our communities. And we believe that with this thing, if you learn one thing or one or two things, we shall be able to contribute to the supply chain. We shall be able to contribute something as far as delivering essential care, essential health care, and essential medicine is concerned, and improving health to our community members. So from the discussions we've been having from yesterday, we realized that achieving they have reminded me of something we need to talk about. That to achieve universal health coverage, it needs a multifaceted approach from manufacturers, distributors, our senior holders, policymakers, government sponsors, and so many others. And we have seen that we need to bring all these people on board if we are to achieve that. So I, on behalf of Kampala International University, we pledge that, and on behalf of the administration, we pray that the environment that encourages research, the platform that encourages research and innovation will continue being given to our students so that they innovate and come up with products like you have seen. When we are showcasing our items, we have tried to come across and innovate and put into the communities. You've seen them at one function or the other. So I welcome you all and I wish you all the best. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We really appreciate the words of wisdom you're giving to us. Allow me to go to the next thing on the agenda as time is not on our side. We're going to have remarks from Mr. Sano Samuel, who is an International Pharmaceutical Students Federation delegate. Currently, he's a student at the University of Rwanda. He's currently the president of IPSF, which is International Pharmaceutical Students Federation Africa. He has been delegated by the IPSF president to come and talk to us, and I know he's going to tell us a lot of information about the IPSF Afro Symposium, so kindly listen to him. Join me to welcome Mr. Sano Samuel.
Dear professors and lecturers here present, dear fellow students, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me start with saying greetings from IPSF, which is the International Pharmaceutical Student Federation. I would like to send you a greeting from IPSF Afro standing for the African Regional Office. My name is Samuel, as they introduced me. I am a pharmacy student from Rwanda and currently serving as the chairperson for the African Regional Office of IPSF. To better begin with this presentation, allow me to give you a brief overview about IPSF. IPSF, as we mentioned, is the International Pharmaceutical Student Federation, representing more than 500,000 pharmacy students across the world. We currently work in more than 100 countries worldwide, and we mainly focus on research, advocacy, pharmacy education, professional development, and all of others. So, and also, YOPSA is a proud member of IPSF. IPSF was founded back in 1949. It is the oldest faculty-based student organization all over the globe. It was founded by 9 pharmacy schools at the time in London, the UK. And currently, our headquarters are located in The Hague. It is in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. That's where our headquarters are located. IPSF have 5 regional offices, which is the African Regional Office, ours. We have also the Eastern Mediterranean Regional Office. We have the European Regional Office. We have the Asia Pacific Regional Office and the Pan-American Regional Offices. IPSF Afro, for the regional office of IPSF in Africa, it mainly represents sub-Saharan African countries, and it was founded in 2008. It was during the 62nd World Congress of IPSF, which took place in Cluj-Napoca in Romania. For IPSF Afro, we currently represent more than 80,000 pharmacy students, pharmaceutical science students also included, as well as recent graduates up to 4 years post-graduation. So even if you can graduate this year, you can still be a member of IPSF up to 4 years after graduation. So you can still benefit from IPSF events, you can attend, you can also attend our webinars, learn from greats, attend our IPSF events, and all others. coming back on part of the symposium, in ISF we have a good and popular slogan called "Students today, pharmacists tomorrow." We are students today, but tomorrow we are just going to be pharmacists. So we are the future of pharmacy. To make it simple, we are the one who should understand the challenges that the pharmacy profession or the health sector in general is facing, and be the one to co-create solutions or the answers to all of these challenges. Yesterday we had a lot of presentation, amazing panel discussion, like the one of Dr. Mustafa, who told us about the 4 indicators of access to health connecting. We had an amazing presentation from Dr. Okilo, an amazing also panel discussion on supply chain. All these are just meant to equip us, to make us pharmacists who are well-rounded and also ready to serve the population, to serve our countries, to be the one to bring changes, solutions to the challenges that our health system are facing. So I do believe this was a great opportunity for you all to learn, to network with your colleagues all over Uganda and different international delegates here present, to learn from them and also start preparing about your future. As future pharmacists, you have to be the best one. We are now lucky that in our country, Uganda, or even in our country, the pharmacy profession is one of the noble professions that we have. But we can even make it, we can take it to the next level as we try to excel in whatever we do. Let me also highlight that it is just a good opportunity for we as pharmacy students to be active and prepared then to be the next generation of solution finders to all these challenges that we are having in our health system. Coming to an end of my presentation, allow me to also talk about the 2 major events that we are hosting as IPSF this year. I talked about the African Pharmaceutical Symposium, which is commonly known as the AFPS. And we are lucky enough this year that Africa, or the African Regional Office, is going to host the World Congress. The IPSF World Congress will be in Africa, will be in Nairobi, Kenya in August. So which is just a great opportunity for us to be there, attend, connect with pharmacy students across the globe. For the African Pharmaceutical Symposium, it is now going to be the 30th Afro-African Pharmaceutical Symposium. The previous one took place in Freetown, Sierra Leone, and we had one delegate from Uganda, Nicholas, the past president of UPSA was there. And also, the previous one, I think Mutesi was the president and Nicholas was there in Ghana as well. So it's not a new thing in Uganda, and we are expecting to have many delegates from Uganda attending the AFPS. For this year, it will be in July, from the 26th of July up to the 2nd of August in Harare, Zimbabwe. So it will be attended by all the countries that we have in our regional offices, as well as some other people, other medical students, health professionals, whoever wants to attend can be able to attend that event. So I highly encourage you to do the registrations as soon as possible. Currently, we are counting for this to end the 2nd phase of registrations. So if you haven't yet registered, you can kindly reach out to me or your CT, Diane, Lorenzo, Gloria, who will be present to get you the link, or you can talk to me directly so that you can register as soon as possible and then get prepared so we can meet in Harare, Zimbabwe for that one of a kind event in Africa. So for the World Congress, it is going to be the 70th World Congress, I guess World Congress, because I told you that itself was founded back in 1949, so it is very old. So it is going to be the 70th World Congress. The previous World Congress that took place in Africa was in Rwanda back in 2019. So the World Congress back in Africa after almost 6 years. So if you miss the one in Kenya, it is going to be very hard for you to get another opportunity to attend the World Congress easily, because sometimes it takes place in far countries, like the previous one was in Korea, the other was in Indonesia, which which are somehow far from Africa. So since we have a World Congress happening now in Kenya, in the name of Uganda, it's easy for you. You can even check a bus to Kenya. So make sure that you attend that event, meet your fellows, connect, network, and I really bet you won't regret it. Let me then close saying again the greeting for my regional working group. As I told you, for the African Regional Office, it is led by the Regional Working Group with 7 members, including myself from Rwanda, my secretary is from South Africa. We have also the Regional Media Publications Officer from Kenya. We have our Regional Relations Officer from Uganda, Regional Projects Officer, she's from Cameroon, and also the AFS chairperson is part of my committee. He's from Zimbabwe, as well as the immediate past chairperson, she's from Kenya. So currently we don't have any Uganda in the regional kings. This is like maybe for the next mandate, please make sure, just let me give you a task for the next regional working group, or maybe next part one, make sure that at least you can have a representation from Uganda. Can you make it? Yeah, okay, let me give you this task, and then let me close by here, and thank you very much. And help me give a round of applause to you all, particularly the UPSA committee, for organizing such a historical event here at Shaka. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sano Samuel. Wow, it's indeed a great afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As we could meet in Zimbabwe if you choose, or we could meet in Kenya if you choose. Like you have said, there's a deadline, I think, to the next registration. Kindly reach out to the right people so that you are able to register. I would like to point out that there's going to be an adjustment in our agenda, so I'm requesting that the Busitema representative, alignize your bio to prepare as you're going to come after the next speaker, and Anime Jonathan from MAST as you come after her. Ladies and gentlemen, next on the agenda is someone that you should be giving your eyes to. Sorry, your ears to, and your eyes as well, you know. And this is an important figure who is present with us today. Currently, the UPSA patron, I think that should give you a hint, yes? And a PSU council member, heading Research, Innovation, and the Grants Committee. So for those who are interested in research, making products, this is the right gentleman to approach. So please listen out to what he has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, he's also a pharmacist of Jenna Herbals, so that should show you that he has a lot of expertise in this area. Join me to welcome Dr. Anyasi Ronald Ramazi. A round of applause as he comes.
All protocol observed, members of the Pharmaceutical Society of Uganda present, the administration of Kampala International University, future pharmacists from the different universities and from the different countries. A very good morning to you all. Is it afternoon? We've already reached afternoon. A very good afternoon to you all. My name is Dr. Anyasi Ronald Ramazi. You've had an introduction of me, but I could add more. Yes, I'm the patron of UPSA, but also more importantly, some know me and believe I'm among the founders of UPSA. And each time I have an opportunity to come, I've attended the most of these events, and I'm very happy that we're in the 5th round. We started this symposium in 2017, and I was one of the key brains in formulating the Uganda Pharmaceutical Symposium. And I'm very happy each time I see it happening, because this is one idea that I had, and with the team that we worked with, we are now on the 5th round. That is something we should clap hands for. I'm very proud of the Uganda Pharmaceutical Students Association under the current leadership of Isaac Masumba, that we're able to reach here. I have two tasks today: to comment as the UPSA patron, but also I have a keynote address which is supposed to come later on, just shortly. But if you may allow, I did want to stand 2 times. So I thought I would address, and in the interest of time, share with you the keynote address at once. I know there was supposed to be a team to come and moderate the next session, but allow me to skip that. The team will come and handle the rest. About the Uganda Pharmaceutical Students Association, this is an idea that we had back in 2016. We wanted to work as a team and hold joint events and represent Uganda as one voice when it comes to pharmacy students. So with a team that then from us, KIU and Makerere University, we met in a similar program like this, which was at MAST, and we discussed that why don't we come together under one umbrella body. We discovered that there was a team that actually thought like us in 2012, but they had not done much, so it was not known. I led that team as the second interim president of UPSA, and that is where we are today. And we're actually happy that we are moving forward. And now I'm happy to see that numbers are growing and things are becoming better. I'm very happy that I was part of that foundation, and I still serve as the patron to keep giving guidance. Each time I attend an activity, I judge what is going on well, what is going on better, what is moving elsewhere. But I'm happy to inform that we are doing very well. This is impressive. The numbers have tripled, and there's great interest in UPSA. It's because of my role, partly, in UPSA, that I was elected by members to serve in the Pharmaceutical Society of Uganda as a council member. Unfortunately, I was appointed as the chair of the Research, Innovation and Grants Committee. And today, I want to make a presentation to you. But I want this to be a bit more interactive. We have our lovely theme here, which is very timely: universal health coverage, prioritizing supply chain, research, innovation, and digitalization of health. And specifically, we want to appreciate the role of research and innovation, particularly on health, universal health coverage in Uganda. I need someone to help me pass the mic around. I want to understand what do you understand by research and innovation? If we could just come to terms with that, then I think that would be good for me. Just understanding research and innovation. Anyone? To share an idea of what they understand by research and innovation? Usually I have my goodies, but today, I have my goodies that I give to people who are participating. Otherwise, I'll select someone. Someone from Fins. Where are the Fins? Fins, that is FUPSA. Anyone from FUPSA?
Yeah, easier.
Just share your idea. Because I don't want to take you, I want us to interact at the level where we shall understand something.
Where is anyone from Fins? Someone here is not trying to speak from KIU.
Gupsa, someone from Gulu.
Gulu? Then can we take this one?
Yes, yes, you can.
case of emergence of a new disease or a parasite, so we shall develop insights to develop a new molecule that can help curb this parasite or infection. So in that way, we shall use existing molecules, maybe modify them. In that case, we shall have innovated something. Then if we have research, maybe we shall organize resources and we push into discovery of a new molecule that has never existed, such that we can use it to cover that new infection we have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone wants to give another idea? Yes, there are people this side. I'll take 2 people.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aisha Viola from Busitema University. Yes, research basically is discovering new knowledge. Then innovation is applying that knowledge to solve real-world problems.
Thank you. They have copied your answer. Okay. So, what I've shared, the 2 individuals have shared is actually true and has key insights. When we talk of research, next slide please. When you talk of research, we mainly talk of finding something new. But in more organized manner, it's a systematic process. You can go to the next slide. It's a systematic process where we are investigating, exploring, or studying to come up with something new so that we can solve the problems of the world or to make us understand something better. So typically, when you say you're going to do research, it's a systematic process. I know when we are talking, sometimes I'm researching. I'm looking at my books, I'm researching. Yes, you're finding new information, that is true. But in the other professional sense, it's a systematic process. Usually from in the academic world, you draft something as a proposal, which is reviewed, which is approved, you go and collect data, you analyze that data, and you make meaning out of it. And then you write a report and share with people through publication. So that is what we mean by the systematic process. When we talk of innovation, we are creating something new. It is similar to research, but here in innovation, we may not go into the nitty-gritties of the research process, but there also, of course, the innovation processes. But we may not require you to go through the same procedure of research. You've come up with something new which is improving. You may not have done the other processes that are similar to research. For example, you come up with a new computer. We're not going to ask you how did it come about. It's new, it's there, you may prove to us. And that is an innovation. Innovations should be commercializable. And innovation, this is the key take-home message, at least from me. When we talk of innovation, it is not just anything new. Something that is commercializable. Moving on to the next slide. There are 2 words, innovation and invention. Who knows the difference between the 2 words? Innovation and invention. Anyone? Yeah, you can give it a try.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brenda. I'm in 1 to Kampala International University. As we had from what you said before, innovation, you can add something valuable to something that already exists. But an invention is something that has never existed that you're putting into place. That's how I understand it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That is quite informative. Something new can be an innovation or an invention. The key difference, and this usually different scholars may argue, but I've been in the space of innovation and research for some time. The key difference between innovation and invention. An invention may be something new. An innovation may be also something new, but has commercializable value. It may be a product or a service, but in one or the other, it's going to not only improve services or something, but it can make money sales. So it's equals to business. So that's when you say you have an innovation. But if you bring something new, you improve, you maintain the growth, the technology of invention. And our focus is more of innovation. Most times inventions become innovations, but some do not. Many of you have great ideas coming up with new ways of doing things, but we never say you've innovated because you've kept it in your bag, you've done what you've done, we've not seen it on the market, we've not seen it making impact, but every day we are thinking of new things. We have an improvement, even here we have improvements, but we may not, at a certain level, term them as innovations. The people who discovered the bag invented it. It's only those who made it accessible to everyone to improve their lives and hence make money that say now that was an innovation. Next slide, please. Maybe you could use this. I don't know whether to work well. You could use this. So, how does research and innovation contribute to universal health coverage? I think from our discussion, I expect that each of the participants here understands what we mean by universal health coverage. Simply, universal health coverage means that everyone can access health care, whether you have money or not, whether you are tall, short, or whatever you are, you can access the minimum, safe, quality health care when you need it. That is what we mean by universal health coverage. And how does, seems not to be working. Okay? How does research contribute to that? One is through giving us policy, but based on evidence. Research gives us evidence that this is what should work, and hence we are able to influence the different policies that we need for universal health coverage. Health needs assessment, we're able to identify the priorities and the different gaps through research. Because you must use a systematic way of finding that others will not make meaning if you just went and did it in the other way. In monitoring and evaluation, research is needed to track the progress of universal health coverage. Because in research, you generate data, you generate information which is needed for monitoring and evaluation. For what we call cost-effectiveness studies, those are studies where we analyze what to use and what not to use, depending on its effectiveness and the cost. For example, the simplest way is you want to buy a laptop. This laptop in Kenya, let's say, is 200,000. In Uganda, is 300,000. That is the price. For you to get this laptop to Uganda, you may have to transport it. So a cost is different from a price, because cost encounters more other expenses that you may need to refer. For example, there, the simplest one is transport. You have to add on transport. You may find that getting it from Kenya becomes more costly if you need to bring it at a higher level. So we analyze that in detail and we also compare it with the effectiveness. Does the Kenyan laptop work better? If you add the cost, it's at 400, but it works better. The one of Uganda is here 300, but works less. So there are certain studies done to assess which one we should do. And as pharmacists, this is an area, we call it pharmacoeconomics, where we're able to determine if you have something new, which one is better. It needs also detailed analysis, and research is important in that. When you look at innovation, in the space of innovation, we have technologies, digital health, we now have many health apps, telemedicine, and different aspects where we are trying to improve how people can access health care. There are new vaccines, new diagnoses coming up. There are improvements in the health system, trying to bring up new models which make things better. There are new models of financing. In Uganda, we are still thinking about the National Health Insurance Scheme. In Rwanda, I have it there. The gentleman and ladies from Rwanda, you can tell us whether how health, the financing innovations in that area. So universal coverage is broad, but this is how innovations may contribute to them. Sorry, this is a bit disturbing. I'll go to the next slide. So I want to also share with you, to bring it home, some of the innovations, all the researches, just a few of them to highlight that these things actually happen. Who remembers the dawn of COVID-19, for those who are in Uganda? Who knows COVID-19? Yeah, quite a number of you know the drug COVID-19. COVID-19 is one of the products that we make at General Purpose, where I also happen to be the regulatory pharmacist or company pharmacist or the chief pharmacist. This was a product that we made with the support, with the main innovative support of Professor Wang, the pharmacist. He came up with COVID-19 that supported the health. That is a typical innovation. Something new that made money and economic sense. That is COVID-19. We'll not go back so much into the COVID-19 story. Yesterday you heard about the computer applications. Dr. Mukasa Mustafa was here and he presented to us the apps that are developed in Drug Express. That is also what is happening. There are other herbal formulations, many of you have them. Our secretary has Elokov. It may not have gone through all the necessary researches, but it is an innovation. Under Ministry of Health, we have the Ebola vaccine and the malaria vaccine, and now we also have innovation in terms of systems. We have new factories coming up, like the Biopharma. Ladies and gentlemen, as I come to the conclusion of my presentation, allow me to recognize the presence of a distinguished guest that represents the Minister of Health, Dr. Martha Dillon. You're most welcome to this symposium. With your entrance, you found me making a keynote speech on the role of research and innovation to universal health coverage in Uganda. So, as I come to conclusion, I want to also share with you, this is not the function, what are the opportunities? Now this is where you have to pay more attention. What are the opportunities for research and innovation and for you, future pharmacists? And how can we achieve that? And I also want to give you brief stories, and for those who take them serious, they will make sense to you. In the local drug development, what are the opportunities that you have? the opportunities in developing new drugs. You can develop a drug that, for example, many of you know we have herbal formulations. Yesterday someone consulted me about his herbal formulation. There are those who can make simple conventional medications, but also influence the development of new local drugs. Local drugs mean we are making it in Uganda. We are not importing. So those are gaps that are very critical. But as I conclude, I will tell you how the simplest way to start that. Development feeds into manufacturing. You may not be the developer, but you're the one who's pushing it to the market, making it every day. But the person who formed it, developed it. Digital health integration. There's a lot to do with artificial intelligence, to do with computers, and that is a space where you could investigate how to make something new. Vaccine research and biotechnology is still occurring. Ministry of Health loves that much. New industries are coming up and they want to focus on vaccine research. The opportunities in training and capacity building in education. That's why you see new universities coming up. As UPSA, there were only 3 organizations then, but now we are many. Those are new developments. And there's something new they bring that could actually promote and improve training. I know that some of the newer universities have better equipment and better things because they learn from the others. So there's improvement in capacity building. There's also opportunity in regional collaboration. In the area of research, you want to work with other people. In innovation, you want to work with other people. And those are some of the opportunities within Uganda and above. So coming up to the end of this, kindly help with the moving the slides. The challenges, the biggest challenges to research and innovation is funding. Money. You want to make something new, you have to inject something. Even for research, you want research, you need some money. But money alone should not make you fail to go onto the innovation part. And to me, that is the biggest problem that affects Africa. The innovation you have should be with the resources that you can handle. Otherwise, you never have something new. What resources do you have? How can you leverage them to go into the journey of coming with something new? As a student, the little knowledge you have, how can you use that? If you have 10K, how can you use 10K to come up with something? Some of those discussions, for those who are greatly interested, you will come and you have little money, but you want to start. And how do you go about that challenge of limited financing? Brain drain means the best case, the innovators, some people who have money will see from them. If someone from the US realizes that I'm very good in innovation, they'll take me out from Uganda. So if I come here, and first do the things for us, and they pay me, brain drain, and at the local purpose in Uganda, we'll lose. Weak research infrastructure, inadequate policy and regulatory support, limited academia and industry collaboration. One of the industry experts yesterday was here, community pharmacy, told us the problem is people in the university, you know a lot, but you don't work with us who know how to promote these innovations that they make money sense. And that is a key challenge that we've been facing. We depend a lot. The other issue, you have global dependence. And currently, for example, with the Usaid farming withdrawal, we are shaking. Because you want all your research and innovation to depend on someone to support you. We can address that gap with working with what we have, going into the innovation journey, and you shall keep on improving continuously. The other challenge is intellectual property. When I make something new, how am I going to protect it so that another person doesn't steal it? We have intellectual property policies that are there, but they're still weak. For example, in the herbal space where there are many herbalists who fear to take their intellectual property for registration. But those are different forms of intellectual property. As a person, I own about 2. I had a product which I was innovating, but again, due to finances, I paused. I did not stop. I just paused. I'm going to finish that. I was making coffee, a coffee beverage. That is not within the Ugandan market. I was trying to make. And I protected the name. It's Ancora. So if you want to go and make one, Ancora will sue you. And have all the documents that protect. That is just protecting the name. The formula and so on have not yet reached that level, but there are different intellectual property models which we can discuss later. Then poor data management and research dissemination. You collect some data, but you don't know how to handle it and how to analyze it. And that is a key challenge for research and innovation. So I think lastly, as you go to the last presentation, what is the Pharmaceutical side of Uganda doing? I'm the chair of the Research Innovation and Grants Committee, and as PSC we have a vision to construct phase 2, which is mainly going to be a research and innovation center for pharmaceutical development. This is phase 1. Phase 2 is still under construction. We have finished the shell, and we are still going to reach our vision. We started. What matters is we are on the journey, and you must get on that journey, such that you are doing something. The other things that PSC is doing, next slide please. We never used to have this committee, the Research Innovation and Grants Committee. It has been strengthened and formed. We usually work with universities, pharmaceutical companies, and even students. PSU is open, and as a committee, we are looking at how we are going to support youth students in the area of research and innovation. We looked at the challenges, and we will try to address some of them, including issues of funding. We are going to think about how to support. In the past, we supported students, but what we don't want is the research where you generate information that does not become usable or does not have innovative capacity. So if you come with knowledge, practices, and so on, we will critically ask you, how is this going to influence policy? Someone who came up with an idea where we see something more tangible and is going to join the innovation path will get easier support. We also implementing and writing different grants. PSU, we have the MCC project. It's an innovation project where we're trying to come up with microcrystalline cellulose. We have the SUPAC project where we are partnering with other universities in South Sudan, and also Jenia Hambus is working with PSU in the SUPAC project to come up with new products in the area of malaria treatment. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of my speech, this is the last slide. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you, and at a later time, I'll be open to questions as guided by the moderators. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anyese. I think Dr. Anyese deserves a loud round of applause. As you can see from his presentation, it's hard to narrow down to today's the important points, because whatever I presented, all that I presented was important. With us, ladies and gentlemen, our new guests, I would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Benjamin Mesije, a specialist in oncology, a pharmacist, and the head of pharmacy. Thank you, sir, for coming. You are most welcome. We are glad to have you. And with us is an important representative from the Ministry of Health, Dr. Martha Grace Ajulo, also a pharmacist, and she's going to be speaking to us on behalf of the Minister. So I will provide first for her. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I would also like to recognize the presence of the TDC, Kampala International University campus, and also the IDBC, Dr. then also we have Director Academic Affairs. He's also involved. So you're most welcome, sir. And on that note, we're also welcoming questions from only two students, basically, on what we've actually learned from Dr. Amaza. So please, we can have maybe a female and a gent.
A gent, because there's a lady here. Could we have a gentleman?
A gentleman.
First of all, I want to thank Dr. Anyansi for the presentation. It was very insightful. My question is, many of us students, some of us have interest in this research and innovation, but some of us find it challenging to get a research topic that maybe why we want to start from. Doctor, do you have any guidance about that?
Any addition?
A question from a gentleman. Yeah, gentleman.
All universities are presented, so please feel free to. Is here. Let's have one from Mas.
Yes, thank you so much. My name is Jonathan. My question goes to Dr. Anyansi. He talked about intellectual property protection, and he says he has done it before, but this is something that has not been discussed open. And so I'd like to know how much it cost him, and like a process to go through when you want to protect your idea, your intellectual idea, to make sure that it's not stolen or innovation, or your brand, to make sure that it's not lost in the clouds.
Allow me to accept this gentleman's question as he had already put up his hand.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Olotar, and my question was to Dr. Anyansi in respect to research still and property right protection. Oftentimes, a student might submit an abstract or to a particular platform, and they give you a response email that unfortunately your abstract wasn't accepted. And at the end of the day, you find something similar, or if you cross-check, about 80% of your work has been published somewhere, or the same article has been shared in a different platform. How do I protect myself?
Any other questions? I'm assuming that's it.
I think I'll take on only those, and then let's have Dr. Amaza come answer them, and then we go to the next.
Thank you for the questions. One lady asked about coming up with the research topic. This is my version of how I feel we should handle that. Usually, the research and innovation drive has to come from within. You must move it from within. Here, remember, we are not talking much of academics. Where you're going to come up with a topic that your supervisor is going to look at. We are looking at a problem. You are able to identify a problem in society that you feel you can actually solve by finding more information or by creating something new. So it is the onus on you to find out the different problems. So usually we share. that these are the problems we're suffering from. So what can you do? In universities, sometimes your research supervisor, the university gives you a research supervisor, then you discuss the research supervisor and he directs you on what you should do. But it's better for you to explore. So when you come to me, I'll tell you, these are the challenges. What do you feel? What do you think? Then you can start discussing. So what you need is a mentor or someone who can guide. So the university team is there to guide. Professionals like us, if you contacted us, we also will guide. But we want you to have that right. About, Jonathan asked about intellectual property. I believe there's quite a lot to learn about intellectual property. There are still gaps, like we said, there are gaps in intellectual property. And there are different models. For example, we have what we call patents. We have what we call industrial designs and trademarks and others. So it's a whole topic for us to discuss, and we could even have a whole conference like this on intellectual property. Usually, in Uganda, we have URSB, the Uganda Registration Services Bill, has a department which handles intellectual property. And in some of these symposia, we would invite them to enlighten us more about intellectual property. At the level at which I registered a trademark. So I made a trademark where the name and the design of our writing has been protected. For 7 years, I can renew it. The way it looks, for example, you can decide to register the UPS logo, how it looks. So that no one copies it. If someone copies it, then the legal team will support you, and the other person will pay. So it is quite detailed. Then someone else also talked about the challenges in protecting their research. Some of those are inherent challenges. When they call for proposals, you submit, you give the abstract. Sometimes they say yours has not been considered. Up to now, that remains a gap. That each time you submit, although there are copyright and other global intellectual property protection policies, it still has